Good morning. My name is Stephanie, and I'm the Children's Librarian here at Champion Public Library in Ardmore and the Youth Service Coordinator for Southern Oklahoma Library System. And before I start a story time, I want to give a shout out to my grandkids watching from home, Cammie, Kanan, and Callan, and my nieces Presley and Dally. And I also want to say that Southern Oklahoma Library System cares about our family and know how much you mean to us. To our Storytime parents, we hope you are staying healthy and enjoying your time at home. We love your babies like we love our own, and we miss watching them discover and grow each week. So please give them all a hug from us. To our elementary children, we miss you, and the library is too quiet without you not here. We are looking forward to hearing your stories and decorating our desk and our walls with the pictures that you color us. And to our teens, wow, how life has changed for you quickly. We just want to tell you to keep your heads up. We will get through this, and we will be back to our family game nights, 3D printing, and video gaming before we even know it. I encourage you to use this time to journal. Whether you choose to write or video journal, record your thoughts, your feelings, and important information that you will want the future to know. Because what you don't realize is that with the grief that you are experiencing, is that you have been handed the opportunity to write the next chapter in history. And last but not least, to Miss Barton and my Long Grove Middle School Book Club students. I am saddened that our book club came to an end without notice. Thank you for the opportunity and allowing me in your classroom twice a week. Thank you to the students that gave up lunchtime to participate in our book club. You are amazing teens, and you made me laugh every Monday and Friday, and I truly miss you. I hope you finished the Indian in the Cupboard movie and the book scavenger, and I would still love to hear your thoughts. So you can either email me, Facebook me, or call me here at the library. And I hope that you stop by to visit me when this crazy life gets back to normal. So with that being said, we'd like to thank you for joining us, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our live story time today. We're on the letter W for Willie and Wanda. So we have Willie and Wanda with our letter W.
Let's find out who's getting married. It's Willie and Wanda Walrus. They're having a wonderful wedding. Wow!
Willie the Walrus wanted a wife to have and to hold for the rest of his life. He went down to Walrus Mart to buy him a suit. And there he saw Wanda, and he gave her a wink. She was wild about Willie, it was love at first sight. They planned a big wedding and were married that night. We served watermelon, and all worked out fine. And they lived life together till they were 99.
One more time.
Willie the Walrus wanted a wife to have and to hold for the rest of his life. He went down to Walrus Mart to buy him a suit. And there he saw Wanda, and he gave her a wink. She was all about Willie, it was love at first sight. They planned a big wedding and were married that night. We served watermelon, and it all worked out fine. And they lived life together till they were 99.
Nice job. So now we're going to do our shape, and I chose the ox. Here's your octagon, and it has 8 sides.
Stop! I see another sign. Sure it is. That's Oscar Octagon.
My name is Oscar the Octagon. I have 8 sides and they're so much fun. I can roll and I can tumble, I can jump and hop. When I get too tired, I can just say stop. You can see me on the playground, in the hall. You can see me on the table and on the wall. You can see me on a lady or on a man. Look and you can see me, yes you can. My name is Oscar the Octagon. I have 8 sides and they're so much fun. I can roll and I can tumble, I can jump and hop. When I get too tired, I can just say stop. You can see me on the playground, in the hall. You can see me on the table and on the wall. You might see me on a lady or on a man. Look and you can see me, yes you can.
Nice job.
Sing this one more time.
So now we're going to do our color purple. The color purple.
If you're wearing purple, raise your hand, because we're going to read a book and sing the song about the color purple.
P-U-R-P-L-E, purple, purple. P-U-R-P-L-E, purple's what that spells. Purple grapes on the vine, purple Kool-Aid's fine. P-U-R-P-L-E, purple's what that spells.
Last time.
P-U-R-P-L-E, purple, purple. P-U-R-P-L-E, purple's what that spells. Purple grapes on the vine, purple Kool-Aid's fine. P-U-R-P-L-E, purple's what that spells.
Good job. Nice job. So the book we're going to read today is called The Box Turtle by Vanessa Roeder. When the little box turtle hatched, his parents noticed that something was missing. Oh me, oh my. But they weren't dismayed. They gave him a name and a shell, both of which fit just right. Now remember, Terrence, you are so much more than just a shell. Terrence's shell kept him dry on the soggiest days, safe from the shoopiest strangers, and on the scariest nights. It was big enough to share, and Terrence loved his shell. Until one day, these turtles were not nice. They said, "Your shell is weird." Suddenly, Terrence's shell seemed too boring, too bizarre, and too big for the little box turtle to bear. So he abandoned it to search for something better. Terrence searched high and low until, wow-wee, his new shell looked sleek. Eek! But it showed too much cheek. The search continued. He looked classy, and he looked sassy, and he looked just like Grandma Mildred. So he looked for another shell. Oh yeah, he had found it. A perfect polka-dotty package. Pop! The That was positively petrifying. Terrence tried shell after shell after shell after shell, but nothing fit. This whole situation stunk a lot. That's it. I give up. And then his little friend said, "Here you go." Oh, wow. And that to be a friend. The little crustacean was so much more than just a shell. And maybe Terrence was too. And Terrence knew what he needed to do. But when he found his old shell, oh no, it had changed. But it's okay. We can fix it. So Terrence patched on soggy days, and he tooled on chilly nights. And the task grew big enough to share. And finally, the shell was finished. It wasn't sleek or sassy. It was far from perfect and definitely weird. But Terrence wasn't dismayed because this little box turtle than just a shell. The end. So I hope you like the turtle. So now we have 5 little, 1, 4, 5. 5 little turtles swimming in a lake. But one went home with a bellyache. He's going to go home with his bellyache. And then we had 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little turtles swimming all together. But one stopped off to look at a feather. Let me go down here and chase our feathers. Right down here is our bright colored feathers. There they are. So now we have 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 little turtles having one got out to bask in the sun. Now we have 2. 1, 2. 2 little turtles dive and play, but one went home to call it a day. And then there was one little turtle feeling all alone. So he crawled out to rest on top of a stone. The end. Good job with counting our turtles today. Gather them up in a minute. So our next one we have is my turtle. So we're going to make a turtle with your fist. And here is his head. And this is my turtle. He lives in a shell. Put your turtle in your shell. And take him out of his shell. He likes his home very well. He pokes his head out when he wants to eat. And he pulls it back in when he wants to sleep. Goodbye, little turtles. Here's our little turtles. So now we're going to sing a color song and practice our colors today. So our first one is red. If your clothes have any red, any red. If your clothes have any red, any red. If your clothes have any red, put your finger on your head. If your clothes have any red, any red. If your clothes have any blue, any blue. If your clothes have any blue, any blue. If your clothes have any blue, put your finger on your shoe. If your clothes have any blue, any blue. If your clothes have any yellow, any yellow. If your clothes have any yellow, if your clothes have any yellow, smile like a happy fellow. If your clothes have any yellow, if your clothes have any green, if your clothes have any green, if your clothes have any green, make a sound like a machine. If your clothes have any green. If your clothes have any black, if your clothes have any black, if your clothes have any black, put your hands behind your back. If your clothes have any black, if your clothes have any brown, if your clothes have any brown, if your clothes have any brown, turn your smile into a frown. If your clothes have any brown, if your clothes have any white, if your clothes have any white, if your clothes have any white, stomp your feet with all your might. If your clothes have any white, if your clothes have any pink, if your clothes have any pink, if your clothes have any pink, give your eyes a double blink, blink, blink. If your clothes have any pink, if your clothes have any purple, if your clothes have any purple, if your clothes have any blurple, blurple, if your clothes have any purple. Good job. Next thing we have is he lost his magnet. He won't stay on my board. So if you're at home, you can stand up with me. Get your legs up marching. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. Good job. And we have our scarves that we're going to sing today. And again, this week, if you don't have any scarves at home, use your child's favorite blanket, towel, or cup towel. It doesn't matter. Just anything that they can wave around up in the air. Not scarf, waiting for the wind. Just sitting in our hands, waiting for the wind to blow. And then we can wiggle it high and wiggle it low. We can shake it fast, shake it slow. We can put it behind your back. And where did it go? We can bring it back out in front. And we can do it all backwards. We can go slow, fast, then low and high. Good job. I hope that all of my Chickasaw Head Start kids were able to view our video today. I hope that all of my CIS kids were able to view our video today and enjoy our story along with our Storytime kids that see us on a regular basis. I miss you, CIS. I miss our teens and our children and all of our toddlers, and we are ready to be back to normal just as you are, but we're going to hang in there, we're going to make it through, and we will see you when we hopefully open here in a few weeks. See you next week. Bye-bye.